I made a video yesterday about No One Is Innocent, a Punk's Prayer. Ronnie Biggs, or Ronald Biggs, one of the great train robbers. He was a neighbour, sort of, for a while there. And while he was on the run from, what's that famous poem? I don't know, the catch criminals and that. Scotland Yard. If it's English, how come it's called Scotland Yard? Nah, who cares? Yeah, Ronnie Biggs. And then I thought, hang on, Biggs. Biggs spelt backwards is Gibbs. And then I thought, hey, the Bee Gees. Sorry if I'm shouting, but I've got these really old earplugs in that actually are quite painful. But the neighbours 2 doors down past the guy that mows the dirt have made our life hell on earth for 6 years now, maybe more. But they're maturing. You don't get that thump, 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 going 24 hours a day. They're sort of growing up. And this afternoon, after they drove out all the other old people in the area, but not me, these younger people moved in and bought the house where the oldies moved out. And they're like really scary hoons with hollowed up cars and that. But they got kids and they don't like their kids to lose sleep. They don't mind their cars revving. But anyway, so at least it's kept these other creeps down a bit with that. And they're actually maturing. They've actually caught up with Aphex Twin and Mogwai from about 20 or 30 years ago. But then they've got the ultimate horror, the absolute worst music I can't stand above all is rap. I hate it. I hear that, I'll stab your fucking eyes out and your ears, and that'll do you. I'll be doing you a favour there. Burst your fucking eardrums, you don't have to listen to that shit ever again. And this horrible. You think I've got a bad Aussie accent? You have no fucking idea, mate. This guy gets on and starts doing rap from about 30 or 40 fucking years ago, trying to act like a big, guy, and it's got this horrible Australian accent. Rap with an Australian accent, mate, is the worst fucking thing you'll ever fucking hear in your fucking life, you fucking cunt. Yeah, so, Gibbs. Hey, I've told this story a million fucking times. I met the brothers Gibbs on a train coming back from guitar lessons in the old church hall in Miranda, a suburb south of Sydney, which is now buried under this massive megalithic maxi mega shopping nightmare thing. And got on the train, jumped in the last carriage. I always liked the back carriage or the front carriage. So if the train had a crash and I was in the front, bang, we'd be right into it. And if one run on the back of us, bang, in the middle of it. And if I survived, I could say, and so I got on and I saw 3 guys sitting opposite. And I went, my God, it's the Bee Gees. Oh, sorry, I forgot my introduction. What band do these cigarette packages remind you of? Barry, Larry, and Harry Gibb, the Bee Gees. It's the teeth. It's a giveaway. See? And I've been smoking for 55 years, and I can tell you, it ain't done my teeth no harm. Yeah, so Ronnie Biggs BGs. Now, the original lineup, and they even the ugly ones look gorgeous on this cover. This is an astonishing, wonderful, wonderful album. Holiday, I got to get a message to you. I can't see nobody. Words. I started a joke. Spicks and Specks, side one. Side two, 1st of May, World, which has my guitar hero from the band who's not represented on this cover because he just left. Um, Doing a 3-note guitar solo, my favourite guitar solo of all time, Vince Maloney, ex Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs, and in the Bee Gees for 6 or 7 years, and his strangled 3 or 4 or 5-note guitar solo in World is the best guitar solo of all time. What he rings out of those 5 notes, half a dozen, whatever, is extraordinary. Massachusetts, they wrote that and they'd never even been there. And they wrote it as if they actually loved the place. To love somebody, I'll get back to that in a minute. Every Christian lion-hearted man will show you. Wow. A New York mining disaster, 1941. Now, getting back to number 4, To Love Somebody, was written by Barry Gibbs for no less than Otis Redding. And it's a pity Otis didn't cover it. But then no one could beat their version. To Love Somebody is something Lennon and McCartney would have killed for to write. That is, we're talking about someone that was probably 21 and his 2 younger brothers were like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18. To come up with something like To Love Somebody, oh my God. It's a soul track. It's unbelievably great. Better than anything Lennon and McCartney ever wrote. Every Christian lion-hearted man will show you. One of the earliest tracks with Mellotron. Really weird stuff. It's a bit like the not the Easy Beats, the Yardbirds track they did back. Oh fuck! I can do that bit, but not the rest. Not. It was the flip side of Evil-Hearted You. The Yardbirds. Anyway, they were doing a Gregorian chant thing, and that has elements of that there as well. It's a New York mining disaster, 1941 was the first overseas hit. This is an exceptionally brilliant album. Number 2 out of these. Now, how can you go from that to this? Christ almighty. Fuck me. Check it out. What a fucking freak show. Look at Barry, the handsome one. Looks like he's got wearing a fucking wig. Robin, the ugly one, actually looks almost human. Morris, the moronic alcoholic with stomach cancer, always looks exactly the same. He's not ugly, he's not handsome. Who the fuck's that cunt? I don't know who he is. Yeah, rotten fucker. Anyway, that's better. On the back's better. That should have been the front cover. They sort of look. That's better. Yeah. Side 1, My World, good one. Don't Forget to Remember. If only I had. One song I really hate on here is track 4, I-O-I-O. Sweetheart, how can you mend a broken heart? Yeah, great classic country song. Side 2, Lonely Days. The great thing about this one is, in spite of the cover, yes, that's right. I met him at the Bee Gees in the back carriage of the train, the old Red Rattler. Only one stop, and I got on with my acoustic guitar. It was not an acoustic like flamenco type guitar. It was a steel guitar, but you know what I mean, the acoustic version, the slide. I used to use the slide on it, and as soon as they saw that, and I went, oh, it's the Bee Gees. And this is before they were famous. I mean, they've been on television since the early 60s. And this is about 5 years after I've been watching them. You know, they were like fucking 6 or 7 and 13 when they started, you know. But there was always something about them was really professional, and a lot of respect there. Um, and they saw the guitar, and I saw them, and without me acknowledging that I knew them, we just sort of talked something. I can't remember what we talked about, but they were really nice guys, you know. I'm sorry, Pov, and I'm sorry, HB. They were fucking pommy bastards, and I like them. Anyway, um, the great thing about this is it's got 3 of their very early tracks at the bottom here. Cherry Red, I Was a Lover, a Leader of Men, which is hilarious because Barry would have been about bloody 15 when he wrote it. Man, talk about an ego. And the best of all, Wine and Women. What a great. As soon as I heard Wine and Women, I think that came out in '64. I heard that and I went, oh my God. As soon as I heard it, I thought they've moved, they've gone from that to something again. And then after that, of course, in Australia, Spicks and Specks was a #1 hit, and it became a #1 hit after they took off back to the UK after almost 10 years of slogging it away in Australia, trying to make it. And they got to the UK and knowing that Spicks and Specks, very simple tune, you know, it's just a piano and vocals basically, and it builds to a sort of a crescendo at the end. And I love the Bee Gees, and you know, come on, guilty pleasures. Talking about, oh, that's what I was going to say. Biggs and Gibbs, or Gibb. If you want to hear some good gibberish, Gibb, big letters, I, whatever the other letters are, small caps, jive talking, all that. It is gibberish, you know, the vocals and everything. So, you know, I always loved that album. What was it called? It was Sending Up Neil Young, the Bee Gees, and Bob Dylan. It was so funny. Um, the one they did on the Bee Gees was very something song sung in very what the fuck. Anyway, bye for now.